What's up, crew? It's Chris with CloverTac and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at and do some basic ballistic testing on an ammunition that a lot of you out there probably have never heard of, the PMC Starfire ammunition in the 30-30 cartridge. So we're out on the range today, a beautiful day here in Texas, but since we are outdoors, we've got to deal with a little bit of traffic noise and birds and other things, which of course we'll work through. Now the first question that you're probably asking is, what the heck is a 30-30 Starfire? I've never heard of that caliber. And the thing is, this ammunition's been discontinued for quite a few years. It's the same exact specifications, let's say, as the 30-30 Winchester. It is just that this particular loadout uses the PMC Starfire hollow point projectile. If you're new to CloverTac, here on the channel, we talk about all things firearm related. So if you're into that sort of thing, jump down and smash that subscribe button below. While you're down there, if you want to stay up to date on all the new content, go ahead and click that notification bell as well. Now today we're going to be using the Henry steel frame lever action 30-30 rifle to check out this 30-30 Starfire ammunition. Now the first thing I want to do is verify that this ammunition will cycle in this lever action rifle, that it's a really aggressive hollow point on that cartridge, and so there may be some kind of issues when it comes to feeding. Not going to fire any rounds right now, just going to make sure it loads and extracts properly. And there was 4 rounds without any issues, so now we can continue with the testing. As always, safety first. Got my eyes on, gonna put my ear protection in and we can get started. Next, what I want to do is I want to verify my zero, verify my point of aim versus my point of impact. I want to make sure where I'm aiming, where those projectiles are going to hit. That's going to be very important when we try to fire some rounds into the apparatus for ballistic testing, because I don't want to damage my apparatus. So I've got one of our targets from Outdoor Products Plus downrange. Let's put a couple of rounds on that just to verify where everything is hitting. A little bit low on that shot. One more for good measure. We're hitting a little bit low from the offhand standing position here, but I think that'll give me a good enough point of reference that we can put a shot in the apparatus. Since we're dealing with a rifle caliber today, got the 1 jug of sand. Gonna add 5 jugs of water to the apparatus. Hopefully that will be enough to cause the projectile to expand and then allow us to recover it so we can take a look at it. Now it's time to put a round into that apparatus so that hopefully we can recover it. We can measure not only the expansion but also the weight retention of these 30-30 Starfire projectiles. Gonna do this from the kneeling position because, well, it's just a little bit more stable that way, and don't really want to break out the rest. Here we go. And I'll tell you right now, of course we'll run the secondary camera in the slow-mo, but that made a mess. Here we are downrange at the apparatus. The first jug, you can see, completely shredded. Second jug, pretty much shredded. Third jug, completely empty. Busted it up pretty good. The fourth jug, it did pierce it. It does still have some water in it. Didn't blow it completely apart. And I found the projectile in the 5th jug. And here she is, a beautiful projectile. Let's get over to the bench, do some measurements, and see just how well it performed. Just a quick question of the day. If you're out there and you have experience with this PMC Starfire ammunition, pretty much in any caliber, hit me up in the comments below. Let's talk about it. Real quick, here we are taking a look at that Starfire projectile, the one we just fired, versus a couple of unfired cartridges. Let's break out the calibers and the scale and see if we can get some data on this dude. So we've got a couple of unfired cartridges here, got our scale, got our calipers. Now these are going to be 150 grain projectiles. We're going to first zero and check weight retention. Coming up with about 148.5. Let it zero, try it again, 148.5. So good Lord, a grain and a half, 2 grains loss on that. Really good in my opinion for retention. So well, let's check the expansion. And with a 30-30 cartridge, you're talking about a 308 projectile. So we'll go in here and try to find a couple of wide points. 567 or so. A little bit wider there, nearly 570. So from 308 to, you know, let's say 560 or 570. Really good expansion. And one thing's for sure, super awesome flower petal that it made there when it expanded as well. So there you go, crew, a quick look at some basic ballistic testing on what I'm going to call the vintage 30-30 Starfire ammunition. And no surprise that this stuff was pretty popular with hunters back in the day. If you want to continue the conversation, you can always do that down in the comments below. Thanks for hanging out, thanks for watching, and until next time, don't forget to chain fire freedom.